decided to change the idler arm and roller on your dryer. It's a pretty easy job. All we're going to need is a putty knife, Phillips screwdriver, and a 5/16 nut driver. Let me show you how easy it is. The very first step to this repair will be to remove the lint screen. This pulls out of the top. Located beneath that are 2 Phillips screws that we need to remove. The next step will be to depress clips that hold the top cover down. There's one located about 1 inch in from the right and 1 inch in from the left. We'll use our putty knife for that. And you may find that you need to pull forward on the top. Now, ideally, we'd like to have a wall to lean that top up against, but if not, take a cord, fasten it through one of these 2 screw holes to a point on the cabinet to suspend it in an upright position. Now that we have our top secured, our next step is to disconnect the wire harness to the switch. Separate the connector. Now, remove these 2 5/16 screws from the front panel. Be careful not to drop them down inside. Now, we'll want to support that front panel as we remove this last screw. Lift the front panel forward and up. Then we can remove it, set it out of the way. Next, we will need to roll the belt off of the idler. Now, while supporting the drum with one hand, reach in on the right-hand side here. You'll notice how that belt comes off the drum, around the motor pulley, back in underneath the idler pulley, and onto the drum. Take note of how that belt is orientated on those 2 pulleys, because we'll need to know that when we put it back together. Simply roll the belt off the motor pulley. Now, to reassemble, we need to make sure that our belt is roughly in the position of the motor pulley. Put our idler into the slot, and we need to support this drum in an upright position. You'll probably do that with your shoulder. We're going to roll the belt over the top of the idler, in through the opening. Put a little tension on that idler. We can roll the belt onto the motor pulley. Now, just to line everything up, we'll rotate the drum. At least a full revolution. And now we're ready to put the front panel back. Now, to reinstall the front panel, we need to engage these slots on the front panel with the hook on the cabinet flange. There'll be one on each side. So we'll tuck the front panel in at the bottom. We'll need to raise and tilt back the drum at the same time. Lift up on the front panel till it slides over those hooks and let it drop down into place. Now that we have the bottom hooks in place, we line the drum up, press the front panel back into position, and we're ready to put the 2 retaining screws back in. reconnect the wire harness to our door switch. And the last thing we want to do before we put the top down is make sure that our felt is laying flat on the rear bulkhead. The last step is to put our top back down. Remove our support device. Make sure there's no wire harnesses to get pinched. Line it up over the retaining clips. And just press down in each corner. Now we'll put the 2 screws that hold the lint filter in place. All that remains to be done is to reconnect the power.